Hello and welcome back to the Daily Listener here on News Tower. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. It is October of 1932, and we, excuse me, we just did some pretty notable renovations. So this should be a relatively uneventful episode in terms of like big changes in the building. We have 5 stories, but they are all labeled as old news. So while we might be able to use some of them, we need to be chasing a bunch of new stuff. And we are trying to avoid entertainment if possible, but it's not a huge deal. And then we want these stories in the process. This is the one where if we get it, we got to get it through the crime angle, not entertainment. And then the rest of those wouldn't it conflict with that side goal. But that's just 2 influence points and some happiness with the general on the line, which we don't need to get in too much of a hurry to do that kind of stuff. So let's look and see if there's anybody worth hiring in the work pool, and nobody that stands out. What I could maybe start doing is spend a few $100 each week to re-roll on these and see if we get anybody that's awesome. Like if I go like this, cool cat, so they don't get bothered by heat, and +2 repairing, that could be a good one, um, because a lot of what they're going to be repairing is the printer. So let's go to utility. Because one of my, Thelma is nothing special anyway. So we are going to fire Thelma. And we are going to hire Elizabeth to work this workbench up here. So if she comes down to work on any of this stuff, the heat won't bother her. Because that's the only places where we really have any discomfort. You see there's no heat bothering in here anymore. It's just noise. And I could put an acoustic panel in there to fix that. It would take a lot of effort to get rid of the heat in here, but I can actually put some fans in there. So why don't we do that? So let's go into building and let's go to comfort. We'll start with noise and we have 3 of these stashed anyway. If I put one right there, that gets rid of the heat issue up here. And now if I do some stuff to counter heat down there, I'll bet you it takes care of that problem. So we're going to go heat counter and see this big fan. It counters heat by 35%, so it's more effective than small fan. And I can put it on the ceiling, whereas I can only put it on the wall here, so I can't get it very close to the source of the heat. So like I can go like there, right there. Now I need it somewhere that I can put it. Right there, it gets rid of the heat issue on this side of this room. So we'll do that. And then we'll put one more over here somewhere. I got to avoid that light fixture. Looks like right there, it takes care of the heat problem in the middle of the room. And I will need probably one more down here. That looks like that takes care of the heat problem on this side of the room. So now we need to deal with noise in here. And we still have a heat issue up here. I wonder if I even need these anymore. Let's stash those and see if that fixes that. I'll keep that one just because why not? Alright, so close that tab and let's go back to noise. If I can fit... Okay, see, we do still have heat issues now in the middle, but it's less of an issue than it was before. We'll put another noise panel like down here. I don't really have anywhere else that I can put one unless... I don't think I can fit one up top. I think it's too big. Like, what if I go like this? Let's just test this theory. Yeah. Well, is it because... It's because I could put it up top. So why don't we work on completely eliminating discomfort in this room? At least the noise. The heat I'm not as worried about anymore because we've done some things to counter that. So all I need to do is make room for a noise panel here. And then we'll go like this. No, it won't fit there. I thought maybe it has to be between, like, where the printer belt is and not the machine. So how about we go like this? Now there's a fan in the way, and I'll bet this won't work. Oh yeah, it will go right there. So that's pretty nice. And now maybe we put one like, oh no, I don't want to move the light. I want to move the vent. We'll put one more right. Oh no, I can't. I think it's because the machine is still in the way. Sorry, let's go right there, and I think that'll work. Boom. So now there's a little bit of heat discomfort, but that's not that bad. And my person that does the repairs won't be bothered by that. At least one of them. What about the other one? Not bothered by anything. So we're in good shape there. So that was kind of worth doing. Let's look at production. We'll re-roll and see if we get anybody awesome here. I'm not super impressed by any of those. We'll re-roll on reporter in case we get somebody that's fantastic, and nothing there. So 300 bucks well spent, at least. We got one new hire that should have us set for repairmen for a while. Now, let's go ahead and check our paper. We definitely need a bunch, and there is a bunch coming. And hang on a second, because my dog is whining about something. I want to go check on him. Okay. So we need to get some printer into the paper, but it looks like a big delivery coming right here. So we'll just kind of start moving forward. We should have a bunch of new stories popping in here any moment. And a bunch of paper. Yeah, so lots going on now. So we want no entertainment. And this one is a two-piece story. If I ignore this piece, I just have a single piece society story, which is basically useless. We're going to skip that one. Here, I could get a 1, 2, 3 bronze, 1 silver, and a gold quality story. So we are going to do this. We'll put Tatiana here. Myrtle, will you unlock that leg? No, we have to have that one done too. So instead of Myrtle... Oh, it's locked. Well, that's stupid. It didn't even do anything, and it locked me out anyway. But it's not the end of the world. And now here, we have the gruesome tag down here that we want. So even though this is more tags, and it has tragedy up here, we got to go for gruesome. While I know I can get it from crime, I don't want to get it from entertainment. So we'll send Bill to do that piece. And now let's start dragging some paper up here. Oh, come on. We'll get just over 800, because what I want to get is whenever I break my record for sales and go over 400,000, I want to see what happens with the rest of the paper in terms of cost, assuming there's some in the storage room. Another crime story. So we could be headed for a big crime week. We're going to go this way, and I'm going to put Edward on it, hoping that he unlocks this piece, but I'm not sure if we're going to get that lucky. Naturally, we don't. If we would have had What's-Her-Face available, it definitely would have worked. There's some influence to be had here, and we've got several people available to report on this, so we'll put Earl here and Henrietta here. And we should have one more story come in shortly here. Before I get Too far down that road. I don't know why there's trash piling up in here because I have a trash can. I wonder if this just generates trash. No. Like, why is there trash in here? That's kind of weird. But what I wanted to look at, okay, we're good there. And then for food, I just grab this. We're in good shape at all those and still have a box in storage. That's what I wanted to make sure of. All right, another crime story. And this one has photography. So I can send Emilio to start on that right now. And then we'll unlock something here. But actually, yeah, we can send Harriet to do that. Heck yeah. So we got a lot of crime going on in the early going this week. Where is my transporter? Come on, dude. Get with the program. Alright, so this is now unlocked. And we'll have a couple of people coming back with stories in a minute. I want to turn off this comfort view. I'm not staring at those heat icons or whatever. Okay, so we're still waiting for somebody to get back to do that. And that. And they're right there. So there's one of them. Let's go after the gold one. Actually, I want to save Myrtle if I can. I'm going to have a whole bunch more options to choose from. Okay, here is our item. So we got a politics poster. Now, what's nice about that is it is smaller than the politics board, but gives the same perk. So I still need the rest of these clowns to drop off their stories, because I want to save Myrtle in case I need her to unlock a second leg of a story elsewhere. So, yeah, this one here, see, election map, it gives a +1 politics. If I go here, boom, politics board +1 buff. So let's stash this, and now this one takes up less space and does the same job. I can do the same thing over here, boom, because I didn't have room for the board there. And do I need one anywhere else? How about up here? If I move... Actually, he's already getting one. That one's fine. Although, let's do this. Let's just get the stuff that's more efficient now. And now let's look at... Who is this person? Niels. He's getting bonuses on all of his stuff, so we're good. Okay. I'm still waiting on these people to deliver stuff, right? There's one right there. Don't let time go like that. Don't let time slip away. Alright, as much as I want this photography, it's only one piece. I want this tragedy tag, so we're going to go this direction, and we will send Adam. Okay, now did anybody else get back yet? No, 4 people, so one of them is right here. Actually, they're all right there. Alright, we got sports. And it's statistics. So I want this story, but I gotta bribe somebody to get to it. So it shouldn't be too expensive from the looks of things. Is 80 gonna do it? 90 will definitely do it. So we'll just wait this out, and then we'll send Niels after. I hate that name. Niels Nelson. His parents just didn't like their child. Alright, Niels. Go get it. There's an old swimming pool. Ah. All right. So these people still aren't back yet. It will be any second. All right. Let's send Bill to finish off that one, and then here we'll send, I guess, Tatiana. Wait. We needed to skip this one, didn't we? Oh, no. We got that. So all of those are being worked on. Let's take a look. That one will be done in 3 hours. That one will be done in a day and 6 hours. 22 hours. Baker's dozen and a day. So, lots going on here. Should get another story here in a minute. Yep, there it is. Oh, Babe Ruth calls his shot. So we still need unrest. This is sports. It's a review. So this is a 4-tag sports story with one of them being silver. That's a pretty juicy one. We're going to send Henrietta. And then we should have some people available to do the other legs of that whenever it's time. See there, they brought the picture, shot it straight up there. Did I see that right? Or no, maybe that was a story that they shot straight up there. That's it. That's kind of cool. Where is my transporter dude going? They're not putting any in here. They're putting it into like other places that need it. I need at least one in the storage cabinet. In fact, let's put a couple in there in case we are pushing 450,000 sales. Anyway. Alright. Politics, politics, politics. It is a 2-leg, 3-tag story. One of them would be silver. I'll send Harriet to do this one and Peter to do the other one, and we'll get a quality tag on it. So we'll have some good stories relatively early in the week now. Alright, so we need to send 2 people out to finish this. This is a day and a half, so let's get Adam going after it right away. And then somebody, excuse me, somebody will be available shortly to do that. There they come, dropping off stories. Okay, so yeah, see here, apparently now this is like the big story. Even though we sort of already got this. Babe Ruth called shots, earned Game 3 of the World Series at Wrigley Field. New York star Babe Ruth allegedly gestured toward center field before belting a towering home run that landed near the bleachers. A headline waiting to happen. So, we got lots of sports to deal with now. And we have lots of people that are about to drop off stories and be available. I want to finish this one, and then we'll start on that other piece. And another sports story coming in. It's only 1 tag. I'm going to skip that one. Okay, now, that should be one of these people. Nils can finish that. If I can get Tatiana and these 2 to do the other big story, we'll be in really good shape. And I see 1, 2 stories being dropped off right now. If Tatiana was one of them, which she is, I could put her on one of the short ones, Henrietta on this long one, and now it only takes 11 hours, and we just need 1 more person to do the Wrigley Field angle of the story. I need unrest, and we can only get it through politics or economy. We didn't get it here, so instead of talking about the mayor, let's skip that one. I'm going to try and get my hands on unrest. It's not here either. This is a better story, but I don't want to get myself tied up doing a story that doesn't help me that much. So I'm going to skip that one too. I mean, that would be, it's only 2 bronze and a silver. We're going to skip it. We might end up looking at some pretty boring stories toward the end of the week. Come on, Bill. I can't do entertainment, right? So we'll skip that one. There'd be risk of outrage anyway. Skip. There's Bill. And he just dropped off the story, so he is now ready to go finish that. Okay. So we now have that one will be done in 8 hours. That one will be done in 9 hours. And that'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stories, I believe. So we need 2 more, and we've got 7 to pick from, and it's only Wednesday. Can't do entertainment. So, oh, a dinosaur fossil. That's exciting. I think I'm going to skip it. It's not a very, not a very notable story in terms of value. Another entertainment story. Single tag. Skip it. Economy, and I need unrest. I'm going to take this one just for a little bit of variety. We'll send Edward. All right, what do we get? Another economy, and it's hopeful. We'll send Bill to try and get it done really fast. Okay, so politics and unrest. Come on, here it is. This is the one that we wanted. So we're going to send Harriet to get that one done super duper fast. Then we'll need to send 2 people out to finish that, and I might have Tatiana available to speed it up for somebody. So that one is almost done. That one will be done. That one will be done. We got work to do on this one. So we only have one more story after this. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab anything that comes in now. We'll send Peter to do... Wait, I need him for politics. For that story over there, possibly. So we'll send Myrtle. And then... Now, I can't print that entertainment story, but... Sports is now the hot topic. So we have a lot of sports, and... Was it crime early on? Society... 2 tags. Not very exciting. And I kind of want Peter available for politics, y'all. It would give the quality boost. So we're going to wait for... I might not even use this story. You know what? Yeah, we're going to wait. We can send Adam... Because we already have Peter, and Tatiana will be available. So we'll send Adam to do this one. Excuse me. I'm really battling this cough, and it's just not fun. So, alright, so that one will be done. That one will be done. That one will be done. We just need these people to arrive. I can, as soon as she's done, I can send Peter to do the quote-unquote second leg, and it gets the quality tag. Now Tatiana will do this, and it speeds up Peter. So now we can just fast forward. Wait. I want to make sure... Where is the one with the unrest? I want to prioritize... that. I want to make sure I get that unrest. So I think we will. We still have a lot of time and not much for our team to do. We have 4, typesetters and print assembly folks. Yeah, everything's ready. That was a pretty solid week, I suppose. Let's see. Our best story is... Let's see, 2... Oh, this one here, because we would get 12 influence points for that. And we get 2 bronze and a gold. Heck yeah. Now, I can combo it with this one and get... That's only 5k? Oh, it's only the 2 bronze tags to combo. So why don't I save that one for a second page headline? In fact, let's go ahead and put it there. I just need to kind of stay somewhere outside of that box right there, which shouldn't be too hard. Alright, so back to the front page. Crime and alarming. Do I have crime and alarming? Or crime and photography? I do not. So let's just go with, I guess, both of these, and we'll get some extra crime tags. Now, next page. Am I out of crime already? I mean, I could print those, but they would both have the negative tag. They would both have the... What if I go, instead of that, I think this might actually work out better. So if I go like that, and like that, we're plus 4k even with those negative tags. So, and it moves us way out to the left. We just got to not go too much farther to the left. Now we have more crime that we can print on this page, and we have 2 full pages of crime. That's not bad. Now we need to get to sports. 2 bronze and a silver, 2 bronze and a silver, or 3 bronze, I guess, technically. And they both move to the right, so it really doesn't matter which ones we put here. That's a lot of combo tags. Heck yeah. We got to get stats in here, and we got to get tragedy and unrest. So don't let me forget to do that. Let's get stats in here. And now page 4. Here's the unrest story. Let's get that in there. And then I could put both of these society and tragedy pieces. I kind of wanted to print this one. And honestly, we're not going to set any records here. We achieve all of those goals. I am actually going to go like this, and like this. And that'll give me 4 more influence points. And it didn't even change how many papers we sold. So we achieved that goal. We achieve all of those goals. And we're going to get a crap load of influence points out of this. And now I can throw away these old stories. I won't need them. This one's still 3 tags, which I feel bad throwing it away, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Now again, we have 5 stories remaining. I'm going to throw away... Actually, no, not going to throw it away. We might use that for some reason just to fill out like a politics page or whatever. But let's go ahead and run this. And see, it is showing that we have 1,055 paper in the machine. Is that... So our transporter does add more in there for us. So that's good to know. And let's go ahead and start print. That's a pretty good addition. Still haven't cracked 400,000 sales, but it would take a lot of juicy stories to make that work. We got an ammo shipment found. Oh man, it's crazy. And so 16 tags or influence from the news, and then 5 there and 2 from the hidden agenda. So 23, and we made 10,000 bucks. That's pretty awesome. Now we spent like 5,000, right? How much are we spending these days? So we made the general happier, and we've almost got the veteran camp open for access. I was not paying attention to that, but we had a lot of wiggle room. We're just fine right there. That leans toward informational, and over time, when you land on those, they do, I think, add up to other bonuses or whatever. So this coming week, I either need to stay right down the middle or go way out to the left. I need to avoid that and that, so this is going to be a little bit more of a juggling act. Look at our wages, y'all. Earl is a rock star. Clarence is getting better at sweeping. I mean, how hard can sweeping be? But whatevs. So the mayor is already there. As much as I would like to get there, I kind of want to get print on Sunday before 6 a.m. So he basically wants us to print right away on Sunday. And print at least 1 general story. Which if we do, we get 4 influence, and it makes him happy. Before I accept that, let me go back to the mayor. Avoid printing a couple of different tags. I'm going to say, let's try this one. If it's like last week, we'll be close to ready to print at that point. We might have to use some of those old stories. But for 4 influence, we'll do it. So that's that one. What neighborhood do we want to conquer next? If I go here, it unlocks that. That's not... What does Woodbridge Farm get us? Food discounts. How have we not done, like, Newark here? The art gallery. Oh, that's high society. Oh, no, 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 dear. You're not ready. Art demands honesty, darling. Okay, so how about this one? Cambria Heights. Lots of goodness there. Oh, we are still competing in that district for scoops or whatever, so I don't want to do that. How about Woodmead? Or Woodmere? I obviously can't read. We'll do this one. Nothing like super demanding here, which might help with our secondary objective. So let's get after it. So pause immediately and save. And now November, what are we looking at here? Let's take a look at the talent pool. Not much. Usually you don't find anything really nice right off the bat. You kind of got to go hunting for it. Now, do I need any better options in utility? They clean faster. That's already fine. They are faster when they carry stuff. That's fine. Not bothered by anything. I really don't know what this does. Gain 50% experience on unused skills. I don't think that really is going to matter as the security guard. So that's not super useful. Then these people aren't bothered by anything, and they're not bothered by heat. So I would just be looking for a security guard. I don't think it's worth spending $100 on that. Here, they use less resources. They produce less trash. They don't break stuff. They're cheap. Cheap. They don't eat. That's actually kind of nice. Less resources. Cheap and good at international stories. They don't have to go to the bathroom very often. They're prestigious, which could be valuable, honestly. My typesetter gets faster on Saturdays and Sundays, which is not very valuable. If I can find a typesetter with 2 chevrons and a better trait, I would hire them. Not bothered. They gain their concentration back faster, which is nice. Celebrity. So why don't we look for a typesetter with a good skill? So go to production. Nothing there now. Let's hit a reroll. Sloth. Nothing. One more try. We struck out, but it's okay. I'm going to just let paper go. I want to see how our dude handles it by himself. Now, I might help him restock the printer, especially, like, remind me to do it around Friday or Saturday. But other than that, I think we're good to go. So just print early and get the general, and then we already have hopeful, but these are the 4 tags we're looking for. So we'll just keep that pinned. Keep this open for now, and let's see what we get. So that's a really juicy story. We want this one. We get it early in the week, which should give us time to get through all of this. And we learned the hard way that Myrtle doesn't unlock the final leg. So, like, let's try putting Henrietta here and then Myrtle here. But yes, she still... They both need to unlock it for that to work. And once I put her there, we've locked it. So I think what you need to do is put them there and see if it unlocks one, and then put her here, and it would unlock the other piece. So we got to send Emilio on that one whenever it's time. This one... This is another pretty juicy story. It's a breakthrough, it's fame. It's going to take some time. We'll put Edward on the beat. I want that story. This one gets me the hopeful tag and 4 influence points. So we're going to go after this one. We'll put Earl on that piece. Here on this piece to get a quality... That should have gotten a quality tag. I guess it has to be... I don't know. It's fine, though. So that's those 3 stories. Now we got a crime with a statement and another breakthrough. So we are getting some really good stories right now. The problem is, it's going to take us a while to get through this first batch of stories. We have 9 total with what we've started researching. So we could print all of the old news if we need to just to get through. I am going to skip this story. I don't need this tag anymore because it was in... Was it this one or this one? It's in this one. So I don't need that tag there. And I won't have time for the photography piece here. I don't need that tag. I don't need that tag. We are going to skip that one. Eventually, we'll have 2 photographers. But obviously, that's a ways out. Another breakthrough story here. 2 gold tags. I mean, this is a really, really nice story. We are going to be spread super duper thin here. But I'm going to do it. Adam, avoid lawsuit, please. And he did. His lucky charm paid off there. That's going to take a while for us to get through that. So everything that we're going after now is going to be pretty time consuming, unfortunately. Okay, now we're ready to do this, and I got to wait for Earl to get back. But that's okay. When he does get back, and that's him right there, right? Yeah. So, again, I'm going to let my transporter handle the paper. We got another... Okay, Emilio can go do that. He'll be back, late Tuesday with that story, or with that picture. So we'll definitely have time to get that one ready. I just gotta wait for Earl to hand that picture, or his story, to somebody. There it is. Boom. That will probably be our headline story, so that we get all the influence points out of it. Alright, now this piece is ready to advance. I guess we'll go with Harriet. And then here... Oh, I gotta wait for somebody to get back. If I put Myrtle on it, it'll unlock the last piece, and then I can put Henrietta on it. So we'll look for the 2 of them. There's Myrtle, Bill, and Harriet should be close behind. No, that's Peter. Whoa, there's a bunch of people dropping off stories. Holy moly. Edward, I don't want you, I want Myrtle. Excuse me. I don't want Henrietta, I want Myrtle. There it is. Skadoosh. And then we'll put, I guess, Edward on the last piece. It doesn't matter. That's a lot of time to spend on it, though, so we'll try and speed it up. Okay. We got a bunch of really good stories cranking here, but we got to get them done before we get any new ones coming in. I probably should send Peter here to get the quality tag. Good douche. That's going to take a while for us to get all of that done. Holy moly. What do we have here? Another crime story. Wait, the final leg of this crime story. I guess we'll send Bill. And then we have a politics piece. There's the general story. What I'm going to do with this one is just get those 2 and stop. So, in fact, I could probably just do only this one and forget the other stuff. So I can send Tatiana to do that. And then as soon as she's done, we'll kill this project. Start working on another piece. So I just want to look for... I was going to say 5 more hours. Another crime story. Here's the investigative tag. I still... Oh, and the alarming. So that would give us all of the tags. We would have the general story, so we'd be in good shape here. I'll try and finish this one in case we can get it ready in time. Okay, so I need to do Myrtle here, and that'll unlock the key, won't it? Or do I need both of these to unlock that? I think it unlocks it. Yeah, it unlocks it, but we still need to finish this one anyway. Although, Edward did the job. And now Earl, even there's a chance of a court case here, but I'm going to do it, because none of these people are anywhere close to ready. If we get a lawsuit, well, we got lucky. So, heck yeah. That's going to be a really nice one, and we should have it ready for Sunday morning. Okay. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, so that's done. We are going to cancel the rest of that one. So that right there is enough stories for us to print Sunday morning. So now we can just kind of start going after ones that maybe we can get quick and easy. And this, maybe once Henrietta drops this off, we can go after it. It's only a 2-tag bronze story, and we still have 12 more to pick from. Let's get one that I've got somebody available for. This is a 2-tag entertainment story, or a 2-tag society story, and I've got 2 people available that could tackle it. I'm gonna send Henrietta. We'll keep Adam in case we need luck. Luck is more important to me than unlocking, the chance of unlocking the second leg of a story. Like here. This is what I'm talking about. I need somebody to get lucky. Either one of these could do it. We'll send Nils. Outrage! Oh no, we are going to have some protesters. But we have learned our way around that. So they're going to show up. It's okay though. I need to look at my printer. 603. He's getting closer. What I'm going to do is put some into storage for him. And I wonder if he'll drag them in from there. About to find out. No, that should be the resupply guy. This is just our transport guy doing this. So he's got to bring him up here, and I assume put him there, and then the resupply person takes him from there into the printer. So that's how that process works. Now I heard something ding. So we will go, I guess, Harriet here to finish that one off. That is not likely to be ready in time. At least not to print Sunday morning. Because it's still a full day. I mean, maybe. It'll be close, though. 7 hours. 6 hours. I should have more stories popping in. What are my telegraphers doing? There they are. They're all at their desk. No, one of them is missing. Where are they? Okay, this is a nice piece. We'll start working on this for next week. So we're going to put... I want Adam to do... Or somebody with the lucky charm will do this last leg. Or actually the second leg. So we'll have to go back and do the photography. Let's just get the sports one as quickly as we can. So we'll send Adam there. That story definitely won't be ready for this week. But it'll be a good one for next week. Okay, so crime, influence, another investigative tag. This will be a good one for next week as well. And I can go like this. And now I just need somebody who does society. Earl should be available any minute. For somebody. We got another story in the meantime. Waiting on that. Another crime story. We'll put... Ooh! How mysterious. Put Tatiana there. And now... I need somebody... Okay, Earl can finish that one. 7 more stories potentially coming in. Alright, so if I send Emilio, it would take 19 hours. There's no way this won't take at least that long. And I need somebody with luck. So we're going to just sit on this for now. And we're going to be sitting on it for a while, unfortunately. We'll send Edward to do that. Like, I need somebody to start that crime piece who's got luck. It could be Harriet or Myrtle here. Another, which one is it? Not that one. This one. Ooh. Oh, you don't know. That's what it is. You don't know what category the second one's going to be. We'll put Bill on that one. Okay, so that's the one that we still need to finish. We got another entertainment story with a risk of lawsuit. We'll send Peter. He'll reduce that risk. And another. So my my whatcha-who's-it lawyer will deal with that. I just realized I've got people down here protesting, didn't I? But they've already left. So we delayed things at the front door, and that could be a huge mistake, because now I might not have all of my stories ready because they couldn't drop them off. So we might have jeopardized our mission big time. Oh, that hurts. That hurts my heart just to even think about. Now we've got somebody who can do this piece with a good chance of avoiding mobsters, and I really, really want them to succeed in that. And they did. Heck yeah. So 1 day and 3 hours and 19 hours. So I gotta wait like 6 hours there. Entertainment. Skip. How are we looking here? 22 hours. I needed to get to 18. Sports story, we'll send Henrietta, why not? Entertainment, 3 tags. It'll take us a while to research, but we'll send Earl. I want to save Myrtle. Okay, so that's down to 16 hours. I can send Emilio out to do that. That'll be our headline next week. And it looks like we're going to be okay having enough stories to print come Sunday morning. It might be close, but I think we'll do it. So let's see here. That one will be done. That one will be done. That one will be done. So whatever 2 stories still come in, we'll just send people out to take no matter what. This one I need to send Edward. Society, we'll send Adam. No, single tag, forget that. Well, I should have sent him just for the experience, but it's fine. We'll send him here, and he'll get the experience. Now, here comes the moment of truth. Are we going to have stories ready in time to print 12 stories Sunday morning? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need these 2 to be ready. How close are they? It's got to go through this final leg, which is a gold tag, and I really want it. This one, oh man, it's going to be really close. I have basically until 6 a.m. to print, right? So I need to watch the time. Each time I do it, it's like 25 minutes. So this should go to like 2:07. No, okay, 2:01. So it's weird how it jumps and then jumps again just a little bit. But let's get right up. I can do one more. And now we got to print. And I don't think I have enough ready. These two both didn't get ready. Now, I can just print 9 stories. I just have to try and print, you know, the ones that I need. So, let's give it a shot. So, let's go to the paper. It would be nice if I could also stay down the middle somehow. This one's going to push us out to the right. Although I want this one for all of the influence. It'll push us into the left. Now on my next page, I'll have this one move us back to the right. That's a nice story. On my third page, this one doesn't... Oh, it's not ready. I could throw out the breakthrough tag. I think I want to save that because next week I would have 2 stories that both have that. So what if we do one more to the left? Now this one, bring it back to the right. I need to start worrying about getting all of my tags in. There's the general tag. Wait, that's page 4. I don't want page 4. How did I screw that up? Okay, so that's page 1. Page 2. Didn't I have this one in there? Didn't I have that one in there? Oh, that's the one with the influence points. Okay. Oof. I was like, what happened? It glitched out. Okay. So page 1, I need a headline for page 2. Maybe this one, it'll move us to the right, which is kind of the direction I want to go. It's got a gold tag, silver tag. That's a pretty good one. And then there's our page 3 headline. Now we just need to go in and fill stuff in. So I still need statement and general, and that's it. So that's not bad. Let's just get the general in. I would like to have it somewhere if I have a politics story. So let's do like that one and that one. The combo will offset that negative tag. We're not going to sell a lot of papers here because we're only going to get 3 pages in anyway. So here we have crime, alarming, society. I don't have my statement story. I'm not going to get that one. But it's okay. We just lose 1 influence, but it could be worse. Dang it. Alright, so crime and alarming. This one. No, I don't have any of those. Crime or alarming. So, what can we combo on this page? We can do economy, I guess. Now, page 3. Why don't we do this one? You know what? This paper sucks anyway. Let's save that one. It's got more tags. It'll be old news, but I'll be better off using it next week. Can I just get rid of another? You know what? Let's do this one at least. This one is already old news. We're going to throw it away. So look how much we already have cooking for next week. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is enough to print an entire paper already in the works for next week. And only one of them is going to have the old news tag. We didn't land here. If this one will bring me back to the left, I am going to print it by itself on the last page. Yeah. I'm going to have 2 blanks here. But I'll have 11 stories already for next week with a bunch of gold tags, a bunch of influence. And I'll get this training out of this. So let's see. We get 25,000 extra sales if we print a story of every type. I gotta remember, I gotta start paying attention to these. Every combo gives 2,500 sales. I already knew that. I already get that. Am I getting double that or something? Oh, maybe every sports combo? Or is that all combos and it's just showing the sports logo there? And then this one, 250 money bonus for every printed ad, which we don't have that yet. 4 more times that we land in moderate will unlock that. So most of what we've done has been moderate or informational. We need to kind of be looking at ways to chip away at those other landing zones. But for now, let's go ahead and print. Not our best edition, but we achieved most of our goals there. We missed 1 silver statement tag or whatever it was. It only cost us 1 influence. And still, sales revenue of 9,000 isn't the worst. 19 influence out of that. That's pretty strong. So we missed that one, but it's okay. We have now unlocked the Veterans Camp. So we'll go check that out and see if there's anything super useful there. And we got a training, so that's nice. Harmonize. We'll have to look and see what that does. And next week, looks like we will want to move left, either to here or all the way out there. So we'll keep that in mind. 6 people leveled up. Our photographer is getting real good real fast. That's kind of nice. Alright, so let's come out here. So I want to check out the old Veterans Camp. Don't pause the time this week. If anybody knows how I like to function, that's just not going to happen. All it does, it unlocks a Civil War flag, which is cool. I mean, it's got prestige. It's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. At some point, maybe we try something like that, but this is not the week to be doing that. Let's see what the general wants. Risky. 3 risky need to be printed. I might no, I don't have any of them available right now. But I usually get those. That's a maybe. Avoid printing those tags. I really don't want to have to do that, because this is the week where I've got a bunch of really good stories. I want to print whatever the heck I want. So let's do this one. I will probably get those throughout the week, and even if I don't, it's only 2 influence that we're missing, and there's no risk. So we will do that. And then, what neighborhood do we want to go to? The Bronx Zoo. Nothing crazy here. We already have 2 of the 4 locked down. We'll do that one. Now, let's save and kind of take inventory here. Because, again, wait a minute. This turned into old news. Oh, you know what it is? They finished getting it ready before the end of the day Sunday. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world. It is still a really juicy story, and I won't have to worry about it getting a combo tag with another old news piece. So we have a ton going on here to where I think this next paper that we print will be the one that gets us over 400,000 sales. Before I forget, since when you save and then reload a file, it takes away these notifications. So I'm going to go ahead and start these. So this doubles the reporting time and adds 1 quality star for bronze tags, 2 stars for silver tags, and 3 stars for gold tags. So it makes it take longer to report, but it makes the stories that much more valuable. And since I already have a ton of stories locked down this week, what I'm going to send Earl to do this. He's already pretty fast at reporting anyway. This will slow him down, but it will make it to where he gets me awesome freaking stories. So we'll send him there. He'll be out for 4 days. Oh, the employee you've chosen already has a trained trait. Once it completes, the old trait will be replaced. Ooh, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So who are we going to give this to? See, if I give it to Tatiana, the problem is she would take forever to report on stories, and the whole reason I use her is to speed up, like, finishing a story, so I don't know that we want to do that one. Maybe Myrtle? No, she already has... Isn't that one considered a trained trait? Yeah. So I need somebody that doesn't already have a second trait. So that icon there is the trained one that looks like a cog or whatever. Who do we send here? Look, Edward is still out reporting. Why don't we send Henrietta, I guess? Just send somebody. It's not the end of the world. Doesn't matter too much. Now let's look at what we got available in the talent pool. Actually, you know what? We'll probably look at this to start next week anyway. I usually remember to do that, so we will wrap this episode here. I've got 54 influence points. I think I'm going to continue to kind of sit on those until we expand, because then I will unlock things that will benefit us on top of that expansion. And just as a reminder, it's 20,000 for the next floor. So I probably want to be up around 30,000 minimum just to expand, and that's assuming all we're going to do is renovate. But our next expansion will probably include like the addition of more reporters or like desks. So like we'll look at the area map real quick, because where was it? Like this here, we could put in a text editing desk. That gives the ability to remove negative tags and adds a quality star if there are no negative tags. So we probably want something like that. Here, Forest Hill Stadium. I could get this sports clipboard and then get this baseball results desk, and we would have somebody that's just researching baseball stories all the time. So we'll unlock stuff like that, where somebody's kind of sitting at the office doing those things, and we need somewhere to put those. So that's that. St. Elizabeth College, that's all training. Like, I could get some photo accessories. St. Paul's School. Where was... There's a hospital. I swear there was one. Oh, like court report desk. I could unlock that, and they are just going to research crime stories. So I could have those desks stationed at the office and have those stories just constantly coming in and generating. There was somebody where there's... Somewhere where there's an obituary. I don't remember where it is, though. Maybe the courthouse? Surely not, right? Where would that be? The library? No. Little Neck Mine? Can't imagine. Chief of Police? No. Where the heck? I need to find the obituary one. Not there. It's in here somewhere, though. So we'll figure it out, and we'll deal with that in the next episode. But that is going to do it for this episode. I do appreciate you watching, but before you go, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we'll see y'all next time.